everybody, and welcome back to the New England Small Business Podcast, part of the 321 New England Podcast Network. My name is Ben Barber. I am your host for this show, and I am so excited because today I am talking to a good friend, Tiana Justiniano. I messed it up, didn't I?
Did I? Okay. You got to write the second time. Yep, Justiniano. That's it.
Justiniano. This is the thing. I was like so confident, and then I was in my spiel, and I was like, "Nope, I'm gonna mess it up now." I didn't even think about it, and then I was like, "Oh, I did mess it up," but I did not. Thank goodness. I'm so sorry I've drawn so much attention to it. Tiana is from Affleck, and she is one of the most wonderful people that I've met in the last 2 years. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's when we're recording this right now, it's 3:15 p.m. I have been working since 5:15 this morning. And I feel good. I got like a good 7 hours left ahead of me. And I'm excited about that.
That's a long day.
It is. I have a lot to catch up on. It was we had a birthday this weekend and all sorts of stuff was happening. So tell me a little bit about yourself, and your background.
So a little about myself. 27 years young. Originally from Worcester, Massachusetts. I've been in New Hampshire, Dover, New Hampshire for the past 8 years now. Grew up doing a lot of, previous work, I've done a lot of hospitality work, lots of restaurants, hotels, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Nice. How did you come to work at Affleck?
So funny thing. So I was doing home and auto insurance before. So I was doing property and casualty insurance, and, big thing happened in March 2020. I'm not sure if you heard about it.
What was that?
The pandemic.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, continue. I know. It's one of those things, like it's kind of underground. So, you know, so I got laid off from my job at that point. And it was extremely hard to find somewhere. And, I was just kind of putting in for different places, and I saw something for Affleck, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I can do some life and health. I don't know anything about it, but I want to work. And then I got a call back. I had a couple interviews and decided to just give it a shot. I'm like, I really don't know a ton about this industry. It's a lot different than what I'm used to. But I tried it for a few months, and I ended up falling in love with what the work I did with people. So.
Yeah. From all of the anecdotal evidence that I have heard about you at Affleck in the last year and a half, 2 years, you have been an absolute rock star, and everyone loves you, and they love working with you, and you really go above and beyond to help people, and to save them money, and to get them insured and get them the things that they need. What drives you to put in that kind of work for people?
I think having that hospitality background, where, when you're working in restaurants, when you're working in bars, you're providing a service, you're providing an experience. And I've always loved what I get back from that, seeing someone either enjoy themselves or just become happy from something, or have like a pleasant experience with something, has always been a really big motivator. So I think, and having, my mentor, my district, who is Manny Manoujian, that's something she's really big on, as well as service, and working in that environment, being able to help people, I think, is really what drives me. If someone's having, a lot of our policies are made to help you when you're experiencing something unexpected medically.
Yep.
And so, when you're injured, or you're out of work with cancer, you don't really want to be dealing with a lot of this other stuff, or needing to figure out how to make claims, and being able to make that easier for someone is just really rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Um, one of the things that moving away from Affleck for a second, one of the things that you and I bonded over a little bit was our love for music and performing. Can you tell me a little bit about your history in that sort of fun stuff? And I'm completely putting you on the spot right now.
It's okay. That's always a fun topic to talk about. So I went to Burncoat High School, Burncoat Senior High in Worcester, which is an arts magnet high school. There's theater, art, music, and dance. And I was in the select chorus there, which is called Quadrivium. And
Nice name.
yep, Dave Twist was my teacher. He was the instructor there. Amazing person, huge impact on my life. And yeah, so I did a lot of that. I did a lot of chorus. We did performed with Kenny Rogers, as I told you about. Couple Christmas concerts with Kenny. Performed in Disney a bunch of times during different competitions. Some that were like international. We had choruses that we were going up against that were from Canada. And yeah, no, it was a really great experience.
I love it. One of the things that I love, I have a little bit of a history and a background in performing arts as well, both on stage and backstage and teaching and doing all of those things. Um, one of the things that I think that people underestimate when they think about like kids doing performing, right? Because a lot of like public schools will cut funding for the arts like immediately. And the confidence and life skills that going up on stage and dancing or singing or playing an instrument or whatever, or being in a theater production, the confidence and the life skills that you get from those things can really benefit someone for years to come, no matter what the profession is that they decide to take on, no matter where life takes them. Those are things that transfer. And I think that one of the and I think that you're a shining example of that. And that it's probably why everyone, it's probably one of the reasons why, like I said, everyone that I've ever spoken to says, Tiana is amazing. You gotta, and Tiana loves talking to people, and she loves going and doing the face to faces and stuff. Like, that's a level of confidence in yourself and in public speaking, one to one, one to many, that like I think comes from that background. What, would you agree with that, or am I off base?
No, I would say 1,000%. I agree with it. There's something about getting up in front of people, and yeah, whether you're alone or whether you're in a group, it's still just as nerve wracking. And in what I do now, I still do presentations. And when I first started, I'm like, oh, I'm a little rusty. I haven't been up in front of people in a while. But you quickly get back into the hang of it, and it's awesome. It's a great experience. It's great to become comfortable doing that too. To be doing that so often and getting comfortable is a great feeling.
I agree. I think that's fantastic. Do you have any tips for anybody that might be listening that has to give presentations, has to go out and make those sales calls and talk to people one on one and stuff, that are a little intimidated by that sort of performance aspect of it?
Breathe, huge thing. I find that I get out of breath sometimes. Yeah, it's like before you start doing things on an exhale is really nice. But if you're doing a presentation, don't get stuck to a script. Don't get stuck on your words. I did that a lot at the beginning, I think. I had some set things I wanted to say, and if I didn't say it in the exact way, I got really tripped up, and I would have to stop and be like, okay, wait, where was I? But then, with talking one-on-one with people, focus on the other person, get them talking, learn more about them. It's, I think being a great listener is an underrated and not talked about skill enough. So
Absolutely. I could not agree with that more. All right. Going back into Affleck a little bit, who would be ideal people to give you a call? Who can you help that might be listening to this or might know people? Who is a good referral for you for someone to send an email to that email list? That's email that's listed below.
good question. So I work with a lot of different businesses. I work with everything from manufacturers to landscapers, dental offices. I really don't have a set niche with industry, but businesses that, well, one, think and care about their employees, which we're knowing a lot more in today's job market, that's becoming a lot more prevalent.
Absolutely.
But maybe you don't have benefits available. Maybe you want to make something available. Using Aflac as a supplementary insurance is a great way to have some benefits in there. Especially for, coming from the restaurant industry, we don't have benefits. We really don't. I've worked at a lot of restaurants, and I've never worked at a restaurant where I had any type of benefits. So where I can bring, a network dental, being able to offer just dental insurance to, your employees is huge.
Massive.
Yeah, exactly. So, dental insurance, vision, along with a lot of the other products we have. The trades are really great, like I said. But yeah, any business that, wants to go that little extra mile, it doesn't cost the business anything. They can obviously absolutely choose to, sponsor something for their employees, which is great. I have a lot of my businesses that do that. But businesses that want to grow, they want to give their employees something. And yeah.
I love it. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. What is your favorite thing that you do every week?
Oh, my favorite thing that I do
Let's go 2 answers on that. Wait. Let's go 2 answers on that.
Okay.
Let's go. I've never asked that question before. Let's go 2 answers on that. I want your favorite thing that you do every week, work related,
Mhm.
and then your favorite thing in general you do on a weekly basis.
Very good question. So work related. I think the meetings that I have with my businesses, which are tending to happen, the more businesses you have, the more one-to-ones you have with your business owners. And I really enjoy those because it gives you a chance. It gives me a chance to, further develop that relationship and learn more about them and see their pain points and see their wins and kind of be on that journey with them as a business. So work related, I think that's one of my favorite things that I do pretty weekly. And then personal life, we just, my partner and I just started foraging. So never done that a ton. So we're foraging for like mushrooms, like this, there's a mushroom called chaga. Have you heard of it? Okay. Have you heard of it before?
I have heard of it before. Yeah.
Okay. I'd never heard of it until like 3 weeks ago. Our best friend is really, really into it. And he's like, you can just forage for it in the woods. And I'm like, oh, cool. But it ends up being, it's like a great way to get out into nature. And we bring the dog and we go up north and we're out there for like 4 hours, like hiking and searching. It's kind of like, it feels like an I Spy almost, or like a scavenger hunt. So yeah, that's been my favorite thing. We've been doing that every weekend for the last couple of weeks now.
So I used to have an office space in downtown Westerly and my Rhode Island, and The person who had the office next door to us, who was a friend, was a forager and like wrote books on it and those things. So like I spoke to him occasionally. I wouldn't say at length, but it always seemed very interesting to me. And yeah, so I remember I just looked up if this was if this was it, and it's not. But have you ever heard of the chicken of the woods?
Yes, that's the next one I want to look. One of my other friends forages for that, and I'm need to find it. So
Yeah, I don't know where they are. I don't know. I've never done this. I'm quite frankly a little afraid to go looking out in the woods for mushrooms and things. I tend to end up finding things that I'm allergic to instead. So, but I think that that's amazing. I love that. I love that you guys do that. That's so cool.
yeah, it's definitely something you have to be. I've been told you have to be careful with, because some mushrooms look like other mushrooms, and some mushrooms are good, and some are like so.
My anxiety would not take that. But
Yeah.
more power to you. I love it. Please make sure that you send me a text with a photo when you find the chicken of the woods so that we can see it again. I'm very excited for all of this foraging stuff. That's super cool. Is there anything that you'd like to leave listeners with about Affleck, about what you do, anything that we didn't cover that you might want to say before we go?
There are a lot of supplemental insurance providers out there. There really are. There are a ton. Where what really sets Affleck apart, and myself apart as an agent, is really the service. The service that you'll get is paramount. Affleck's really big about, we've got you under our wing. We're there when you need us. And I really like to go that extra mile. I like to make sure I'm there for my clients every step of the way, make life easier, find solutions, even beyond, the supplemental insurance, any pain points they have. I always am like, please reach out to me. Let me know. I might have a solution. And if I don't, I can find someone who has a solution. So I think that's really wraps it up.
I love it. I love it. I think that, sometimes when you don't have, when your provider doesn't offer you some of those insurances, like dental, right? For hospitality businesses, you can kind of feel like you're unattached, like you're, an island in a stream, and you don't want to gamble with I'm just trying to make Kenny Rogers references now.
I
To
was
end
like, let's bring that up.
yeah. I had I committed to it a little bit more, I would have nailed it. I'm not going to try.
Well, you know what? You got to know when to hold him and know when to fold him.
Tiana, this has been the best episode of the New England Small Business Podcast that has ever aired. I am so sorry to all of our other guests. This is the peak. This is the pinnacle. This is our last episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh gosh, can only go down from here. So
it can only go down from here. That was the button, and I should have ended it there. Tiana Justiniano, thank you so much. I hope I said it right that time again.
You did.
Nailed it. I'm never gonna ask again because I nailed it and I'm good and we're done. And I should wear a hoodie and a baseball hat for all of these episodes from now on. Apparently I'm more comfortable this way. Thank you. Yeah, you're amazing. I'm really excited about getting to know you and about all of the people that you help with the wonderful work that you're doing at Affleck. Thank you, and I will talk to you soon.
Ben, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for having me. And yeah, I look forward to, I'll see you tomorrow morning for B&I.
Absolutely. See you then. Bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Tiana is the greatest. Send her an email, find out all of the contact info down in the description of this episode. That supplemental insurance is huge, especially for those industries. And people really need it, and they need to know that they have that coverage when they need it. And it's super important. And it's really awesome to have a friendly face and an ear, and someone there who cares about you and who cares about your employees and who cares about getting you these coverages that you need. So please check out Tiana and Affleck and do all of those things, because I cannot recommend them enough. If you know anybody that should be a guest on the New England Small Business Podcast, please send me an email, ben@321.media, and we will see you next week for another episode of the New England Small Business Podcast.